Hello. If anybody's out there, let me know if you can hear me. But in the background here, I've got the Pigeon Forge video playing in the process of editing it, which I plan to post a week from this evening, right about at this time, next Sunday. But I'll show you a little bit of my process for editing. Hello. Hi, Swansea Pants. Are you able to hear the audio? Y'all let me know if you can hear the audio. Good. I got a new mic, so want to make sure it's working. Looks like it is, but if you aren't hearing audio, let me know. Yeah. So hey, Teresa. Good. You're all hearing it. So I'm just going to show a little bit about my process, and then if you all have questions, feel free to ask me questions. But you hearing it fine? Great. Yeah. So anyways, going to be posting the Pigeon Forge video next week. The Pigeon Forge video, this is the longest video I've ever done. Hey, Dickerson Designs. Good to see you. I thought you weren't going to be able to make it, so good to hear you. Normally for a video, I end up with about 3 hours of footage, and then I put it all together and try to make it into about a 30-minute video. On this Pigeon Forge video, got about 6 hours of footage. Whoa, we got noise there from the video, from the helicopter. On the Pigeon Forge video, we got 6 hours of footage. Hey, thank you, Dickerson, for that super chat. I really appreciate that. Beach was cold in New Jersey. Oh, you're on the beach today. Yeah, coming to Florida. Yeah, it's a little hot in Florida right now. But anyways, thank you, Nilda. Or Nydia. My eyes aren't great. I don't have my glasses. Hey, Eric, good to see you. Yeah, so this is my studio. I can't say ST word sometimes without stuttering there. But hey, you end up going to Safety Harbor to say, yeah, I need to do a video of Safety Harbor in Clearwater. Using the Florida videos I try to do in the winter. You said your hubby had surgery and you love that little town. Yeah, I got, I do Clearwater Beach, but I need to do Clearwater as well. It's too cold in New Jersey, Dickerson. Yeah. Well, it's too hot in Florida. So maybe if we can mix a little bit of New Jersey with Florida, we'd have the perfect weather. So does Mike sound pretty good, Eric? And So anyways, this is my process. What's playing right now, what I do, like I said, I normally have 3 hours of footage after shooting a video. On this Pigeon Forge video, I got about 6 hours of footage. And then Eric with Smoky Mountain Family has helped me out with some additional footage of places that I didn't get that I should have got. So thanks to him, there's going to be about 6 to 7 hours of footage I've had to weed through. Now, I've already weeded through a lot of it, and I've got it down to about 1 hour and 7 minutes. Normally, when I weed through it, I get down to about 40 minutes. So that's about 20 minutes longer than I normally would do. And then this 1 hour and 7 minutes, I've got to somehow weed down to about 40. This video is probably going to be 35 to 40 minutes. This is probably going to be my longest video. Hey, thank you, Dickerson. I appreciate that chat. So anyways, what I do, I lay all the footage out on a massive timeline. And like I said, in this case, it ended up being 6 hours. And then after I get all the decent shots I want, get it down to that about 40 minutes to 1 hour long, then I go through and try to make my teaser video. And that's where I am right now. So I try to find out of that hour footage about 45 minutes that I can use for the teaser. Thank you again for that super chat, Dickerson. I sure appreciate it. Hey, Debbie, you say hi. Bella says hi back. Say hi to Debbie, Bella. And so anyways, my plan is tomorrow and Tuesday is to do the teaser video. And so I'll go through all of that footage and then try to chop it down, to the very, very best shots that I want to use for the teaser. And sometimes I'm picking out things that I know that I want to say during the teaser. but sometimes what I say will depend on the footage. Other times the footage will depend on what I want to say. Hey, thank you, Road Trips with Yogi. I appreciate that. And Robert, yeah, thank you for all your kind words. And Eric, yeah. And that's the biggest part is making that teaser, because for those first 3 minutes of the video, it's real important. I want to try to show, being that my videos are long, I feel like I've got to show you, enough to make you want to hang around for that 30 minutes. So that's what that 3 minutes is for. And in this case, this is going to be a real difficult teaser to make because we shot, or I shot 5 dinner shows. Now Eric was Smoky Mountain Family helped me shoot 4 of them. We of the top 4 dinner shows, which were the Dolly Stampede, Hatfields and McCoys, Pirates, and what was and the Comedy Barn. Those 4 gave us free access and comped us inside and gave us free access to the film, which is great because normally they don't want you filming video during those shows. They don't mind you shooting pictures, but they usually don't want you shooting video. But because of my previous video of having 2.6 million views in Gatlinburg, I think they gave me a little bit of favor there. So I'm going to take a lot from those dinner shows and try to make a real awesome teaser, because I got great audio with that, and trying to form it all together with the theme of the Pirates, the Dolly Stamp. That there right there, that's Emma. What was her name? Emma Jones, Eric. She's from Orlando, one of the writers and I'll actually have an interview with her. I got permission to use her interview for the video, so it's real cool. And for your RVers there, showing the KOA, there's about 3 campgrounds I think I show in this video, so I don't want to miss out on the RVers. So hey, Teresa, so you lived in Cleveland, going back. Yeah, it is pretty. You said pretty where I am, or do you mean Florida, or do you mean Tennessee? Because right now I think Tennessee is a little more prettier than Florida this time of year. Yeah, Eric, that 2.6 million views did give us a little free access there. So anyways, I want to show the RVers there, that as well as the hotels. I'm not going to show too much of the hotels on this video. One thing I will say about hotels, dog-friendly hotels in both Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge are pretty limited. I'm going to move this camera up a little bit. I ended up staying for the hotel. I stayed at the Days Inn, which was kind of a little dumpy. There's 2 Days Inn on the south part of the Pigeon Forge Strip, and they're both a little dumpy. I kind of regret it. I wish I would have went to the La Quinta Inn, and there I'm eating at the Old Mill. The Old Mill is the whole history of Pigeon Forge and how it started with the Iron Forge, and of course we're going to talk about that on the video. But I ate inside of the Old Mill restaurant. Hey, Road Trips with Yogi. I'm trying to read your comments too. Oh, Wisconsin. Yeah, I do want to get up to Wisconsin. In particular, I've been wanting to film Milwaukee, like 2019, 2020. Both years I planned to film Milwaukee, and the weather just didn't cooperate. So I do want to get up there, and I definitely want to get way up north in mid-July and August, get out of this Florida heat for a little bit, either northern Minnesota or northern Wisconsin or both. Yeah, you meant Tennessee, Teresa. Yeah, because this time of year, Tennessee is the place to be. So anyways, right there, you're seeing the forge. That's where Pigeon Forge got its name. It's got its name from a type of pigeon. Well, actually from the river. The river got its name from the pigeon. And then they named Pigeon Forge after the river and the iron forge that they used to create the metal there. And that's the nice thing about Pigeon. You can see so much stuff being made, whether it's pottery being made at Old Mill. We showed you some of that in the Gatlinburg video, pottery being made. But you also see candy across the street at their candy stores. You can watch the candy, the fudge being made. Also at the apple barn that we're going to show in the Pigeon Forge video, you can also watch candy being made as well. So that's the nice thing I love about Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. and some of the restaurants like me and Eric. Hey, Dixon Design, thank you again for that super chat. Boy, you're so generous. I sure appreciate that, Dickerson. Eric and I was Smoky Mountain family. We ate at downtown Flavortown, which is in what's called the Mountain Mile. The Mountain Mile has this mountain monster ride that we're going to show you, and I didn't ride it, but two guys named Bob and Eli from Smokies Plus. You know, it's funny. Normally, if I have a mic with me, I don't stutter. but anyways, at the Mountain Mile, we're going to show you the Monster Mile with another YouTube channel, Smokies Plus, who is good friends with the Smoky Mountain family. So the three of us, we all had dinner together at downtown Flavortown, which is one of Guy Fieri's restaurants where you get these real creative dishes. And at downtown Flavortown, you can also watch them making the food, which is really cool. And we'll show you video of all that. So I see in college you loved Pigeon Forge 36 years ago. Yeah, it's changed in 36 years ago, and it's going to change even more. I mean, in the next 15 years. Now, I think it's for the better. You know, some people say it's too crowded, but you know, there's a reason why Pigeon Forge in Gatlinburg is crowded. It's because people love it there, and you know, and all the people that are visiting there, they aren't all first time people who come there, but a lot of them keep on returning time and time again. So even with the crowds in the summer, people love it there. And you're seeing Dollywood there. So we spent a whole day at Dollywood, and even so, I wish I would have shot more. I didn't film as much of the shows as I wanted to, but I figured that's okay because we're going to show a lot of the shows from the dinner theaters. But I wish I would have gotten some of the shows at Dollywood because they do have great shows. But we are going to show a lot of the coasters there. I'm eating the cinnamon bread, which is something you got to have at Dollywood, and it was just absolutely delicious. So, Eric there was Smoky Mountain family. They moved to Gatlinburg from Kentucky a couple years ago, and now they do videos. I see one of my lights went out, but that's okay. And now they do videos there. So with our videos, you know, we cover a lot of everything. And if you want to see more detail, and a lot of our, like in our Gatlinburg video, we show you links to the Smoky Mountain family videos because he'll go into more detail at a lot of these venues. So, yeah. Hey, Teresa. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we'd love to meet you too. So, talking about the Smoky Mountain family, we're planning, and maybe Eric, you can chime in on this too, but in the fall, we want to do Knoxville. Now, Knoxville is a completely different town in the fall than what it is at any other time of year because of the University of Tennessee, of course, go Vols. And so I want to cover that in the falls, probably in September or October. And so, hey, Don, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Your hubby needs more places that are cooler. Yeah, this time of year, you kind of got to get up north. So let me go a little bit further into the video because Dollywood takes up a good part of the video. Yeah, so that's a Smoky Mountain family and me riding down the River Rapids ride there. That was really fun. Dolphin River, yeah, I'm not sure where that is. So anyways, this video should post next Sunday. Let me move further. I'm still in Dollywood. Yeah, so these things here, this is from Parrot Mountain, which is part of Dollywood. Well, it's not part of the Dollywood Park, but it's owned by the same company. It's Parrot Mountain. And this is Smoky Mountain Family's video, which I'm going to use on our video. So we're going to show. So all these shots you've seen here was filmed by him. And yeah, the waterfall came right down on Eric while we were riding that. And yeah, so if you all have any tips for Knoxville, let me know. So you know, I'm going to do something between in July, I'm actually going to go back to Cherokee, North Carolina. Hey, Dickerson, thanks again for that super chat. Really appreciate that. In July, I filmed a little bit of Cherokee and Bryson City, but there's so much that I missed that I've got to go back and film more. So probably around July, I could possibly do it the week after or next week after I post Pigeon Forge, either that week or the first week in July. I want to go back and film a little bit of that area, do Maggie Valley, there's so much great area on the North Carolina side of the mountains. So that's going to be the 5th video of this series. So I still got to shoot a lot of that footage to complete the 5th video. Now, Pigeon Forge is the 3rd video. And then the 4th video is going to be a lot of scenes around Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, a lot of the nature scenes, like we'll go tubing and do the nature drive-throughs like Cades Cove and Roaring Fork. So, yeah, Passion Play in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Yeah, I've been wanting to do Arkansas, Little Switzerland. I love Switzerland type scenery, so that's I should write that down. I do want to do Arkansas. Possibly, and this is the other thing. This reminds me of we want to. Me and I think it's Smoky Mountain family are going to join us, but in the spring we want to do Branson again, and a lot of that's going to depend on the success of this Pigeon Forge video. But we're going to try to get in with the theaters in Branson that we did in Pigeon Forge, because some of them are similar theaters, and do the same thing in spring of 2024. So, but speaking of that, if I do that, and I think we are going to do that around March of 2024, we can do Arkansas. Well, that might be a little too cold for Arkansas that time of year, but at some point I do want to do Arkansas. And Eureka Springs. Yeah, I got to do that. So, hey, TRC23. Oh, thank you so much for that. Oh, that's very generous of you. Yeah, thank you. I sure appreciate that. So, anyways, between now and Knoxville, I've got I got to decide. Well, I haven't decided what I want to do. Some of the choices are we got Bella here now. Now there's Hawaii. Now the thing about Hawaii, I've got to do that, after Bella, when Bella passes, which she seems like she's doing okay, even though she's coughing now. But at some point, when I do have to put Bella down, that's the point where I'm going to do Hawaii, just because it's very difficult to bring a dog there. But the other place I want to do, hey, Bad Vector, thank you very much. Oh, dog treats on you. Yeah, I appreciate that. And thank you so much for that super chat. Now, I do want to do Alaska. Now, Alaska, I can bring a dog. So it's possible if Bella is up to it, we could possibly do Alaska as early as late July or August. So if not Alaska, then I'm probably going to go up to northern Minnesota or northern Wisconsin. And I could do both those things. It just depends on time. And then what's the other place I was considering? Anyways, I'm always open to things. So if you all have any suggestions on what to do in August. I'll also consider going as far as California and doing San Diego too. But we'll see. Yeah. Oh, hey, Kathy, thank you for that. And the thing is about flying. See, I've got these free tickets. I've got all my airline miles built up, because last year when I was really hot and doing Hawaii, thinking that Bella might be passing soon, I was thinking that, well, I better get my air mileage ready so I can jump to Alaska real quick. But Bella has endured. She just keeps on ticking and ticking. She does these trips, and I think, this might be her last trip. And then, and she just continues to be fine and ready for the next trip. But anyway, so I built up all my airline miles on that Vegas trip that we did last year. So I've got all these airline miles, so I can fly free probably to Hawaii and Alaska. So it's just a matter of finding the time and picking out when I want to do that. The Crescent Hotel is very haunted. Yeah. Oh, Carmel. Yeah, talk. The other thing I'm thinking about California is redoing the Highway One video. That's always a great video. And then doing because when I did Highway One in 2019, I did it in 2019, but I didn't post it till 2020. I didn't go all the way. Went about as far south as Santa Barbara, and this time I would want to go all the way from northern border of California to San Diego. So, oh, you're visiting Pigeon Forge in Gatlinburg. Hey, Brad. Yeah, I'm reading your comments. And staying at the end of July, staying in a large cabin together. Well, now a cabin. I thank you for bringing it up, Brad. There's the cabin that we're going to feature on this video is called the Electric Forest Cabin, and you can either email me or comment me, and I can give you, or maybe Eric, you can chime on and give them all the info. But this Electric Forest Cabin is awesome, and that's going to be kind of at the beginning of this Pigeon Forge video. So that certainly would be a good choice. Now it's a big family cabin. It's enough for what would you say, Eric? Enough for six to eight people, would you say? But that's a good cabin. I'm not featuring as much of the lodging in Pigeon Forge, other than 3 RV campgrounds. Well, I'll talk about the hotels, but not really going to show much of them because there's so much other stuff to do. I got only so much space to try to fit this whole video in under 40 minutes. So won't be talking too much about, or won't be showing the hotels in the Pigeon Forge video. So at Sticks. Oh, bagpipes. Yeah, I love bagpipes. Restaurant called Sticks. Yeah, that would be good. So, Northern Wisconsin gives you some excellent sports like Hayward. I want to do the Dells. The Dells is a little bit like Pigeon Forge. It's got some shows, but they're big on water parks. Just a lot of water parks. So that's one area I'm considering in Wisconsin, doing the Wisconsin Dells. Yeah, and thanks for mentioning that Eagle River, those areas. Yeah, I definitely want to do that in Wisconsin. Yeah, thanks, Eric, for posting the link to Electric Forest. Yeah, wait till you see this cabin. It's awesome. It's got the cabin, and then behind the cabin. In fact, let me show you a little bit. Excuse me while I go back to. Yeah, you see how I do this video is I color code things, and the color codes. What I do, I color things to show the different areas I'm covering. So then that helps me find things real quick. My computer's freezing a little bit, so I gotta wait. Here we go. All right, yeah. So we're driving up. I'm driving up to the cabin there, and this is called the Electric Forest Cabin. So I'll talk a little bit about that, being that you all bring that up. Hey, Kathy. Yeah, so you found us through Eric and Brittany. Yeah. I tell you, this collaboration with the Smoky Mountain family was just great. It was just so much fun, doing all the stuff up there with them and their kids, and not to mention just helping us with our footage, and I'm trying to help him with his footage. But this is the cabin, Electric Forest Cabin. In fact, Eric was one that lined this up for me. But they got a fireplace out there with a hot tub. It's just awesome. And then out back behind the cabin, they have this teepee. You can see right there in the picture, a real teepee, and go inside it. It's got 4 beds, so if you got kids, your kids can stay in the teepee. And they got these headdresses I'm playing around with there, having a little bit of fun. And some games in the back of the cabin. But it's really cool. I mean, your kids will love those headdresses that they have. But Eric, I think, posted the link somewhere up there in the chat. So we'll show you that. Let me get back to the later part of the video. Yeah, so I color code this. That's Dollywood. Yeah, this video is so long. It's just massive. And I'm going to show you all the racetracks. There's so many. If you got little kids, there's so many go-kart tracks, race tracks in Pigeon Forge. I don't know what the count is. I mean, there's got to be 7 to 10, and I think I filmed all of them. I don't think I missed any, so I'll have drone. This is Three Bears gift shop that's showing now. Now I normally don't film gift shops, but this is an exception. This Three Bears is really awesome. In fact, it's really been a long time landmark of Pigeon Forge for quite a while. They started in the 50s, I believe, right, Eric? 50s and 60s. It's family owned, family run. There's just really good people who own it. But they have an old time photo there, which you'll see here. Me and Bella did some old time photos, but they also have a really good gem mine and typical ice cream stuff, candy shop, and bears. They actually have 3 live bears in the back, thus the name Three Bears. And there's a good restaurant they have that's part of it. It's called Sawyer's, one of the top rated breakfast restaurants in Pigeon Forge, but it's called Sawyer's at the Three Bears general store. So I'm going to go a little further in the video because again, this right now I've got about an hour of footage. Oh yeah, and also at the Three Bears they got t-shirt painting. Yeah. So, there's an hour and 7 minutes. I got to weed that down to about 40-ish minutes. So, anyways, yeah, let me catch up on your comments there. Ore, yeah. I guess you've seen our video, Silverton, Ore. What is it? Silverton, Ore. Can't think of the big city that in Colorado's big resort city. Telluride, Ore, and Silverton did a video of that, and that video is doing well. Yeah. So sweet teepees, yeah, and love your videos. Yeah. I know you want to move to Florida, but you probably want to wait till the fall because it's just hot. It's not comfortable right now. I mean, I know in the winter I just love Florida, but this time of year, it's brutally hot and humid. I'd rather be up there with Eric and Gatlinburg. Although I know it can get hot there too this time of year. The beach videos. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So this is playing now. This is this is the was this Comedy Barn? Yeah, they did dancing like this at Hatfield's and McCoy's. I mean, the dancing there is just incredible. Oh, there's Eric. Eric got called out by one of the actors. And this guy at Comedy Barn, this guy is just amazing. The juggler, he's not only a great juggler, he's just incredibly funny, quick-witted. I mean, probably of all the performers of all 4 dinner theaters, if I had to list one top performer, it would probably be him. And the Comedy Barn, I wasn't expecting that. Comedy Barn, I was thinking, what is this? Just some hick comedy. I wasn't. That was probably my least one of being excited about it, and it ended up being one of the best. So I'd highly recommend the Comedy Barn. Although the Comedy Barn is not a dinner theater. I mean, they have food there that you can purchase, but it's not technically a dinner theater. So getting human Tampa sure is. That juggler had these antics was just, I mean, he would play off the crowd. So, the humor wasn't scripted, but he was really quick-witted and really good. So more go-kart tracks there. And the island. I did the island is, something that a lot of people know that you got to do. But did a video there. Yeah. And it's good to go to the island like around dusk, sunset, because it's really livens up. This water fountain is really colorful and nice. They got chairs, rocking chairs all along the water fountain there, and so people just go there and sit and watch the colors. Of course, when you're filming a TV screen, things look brighter than what they really are. So it looks all blown out now that you're watching from here, but on the video, it's going to be. The color is all going to be perfect. When will you post a new video of the Smoky? Yeah, the new video, the Pigeon Forge video is going to be this coming Sunday at 7:15 p.m. I got a lot of work to do this week. It's going to be from sunrise to past sunset every single night, doing almost nothing but editing that Pigeon Forge video. And then a week after that is when I want to do the fourth video of the series. That's going to show the nature drive-throughs and the deer farm, the Smoky Mountain Deer Farm, and some other nature stuff that wasn't able to fit on either Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge videos. So those are just areas around Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge video. And then the fifth video, I still have to finish filming, and that's going to be Cherokee and Bryson City area, as well as Maggie Valley. So you live in southern Colorado, extreme heat now, but no humidity. Yeah, it might be hot there, but it's not hot like Florida hot. And the temperature might even be higher than Florida. In Tampa, the temperature is really only 91, 92. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but the feels like temperature is always 100 and 105. Yeah, thank you, Matthew. I appreciate that. You found a baby shark tooth on Clearwater. Yeah, they do. This time of year, that they tend to find those. Now, yesterday, a water spout hit Clearwater Beach. No one was killed or seriously injured, but there were a few people injured as the wind just took everybody's umbrellas but talking about that, there's been bears. If you're still on, there's been bears everywhere. I was telling Eric this since I've came back. On Facebook, I see there's a bear sighting on the Outer Banks in North Carolina. There was a bear sighting in Destin. And even at the Tampa airport this last week, there was a bear. So I don't know if some bears hopped on my truck as I came back, but since I've been back, there's been bears everywhere. And even the Allstate Mayhem guy is now got a bear commercial. Oh, and even who's the famous quarterback of Kansas City Chiefs, Mahomes, he's got a Coors Bear commercial, not beer, Coors Light beer. It's Coors Light Bear commercial. That's really pretty funny. Got to see it. So anyways, yeah, after being in Gatlinburg, I now have a love for bears. So is this still what's playing there? Oh, yeah, this is the Pirates. The Pirates is, I'd say, of all the shows, the most acrobatic and amazing athletic feats of skill was the Pirates. A really well done show with this big lagoon in there. Just very well done. And we're going to show a lot of that in the video. They call it the Pirates Voyage. Again, I'd recommend almost all of these shows, but part of the reason why I'm going to show you all the shows, you can prioritize, which ones fits for what you want to do. Yeah, lions, tigers, beaches, and bears. Yeah, that's what it's been lately. So, hey, from the Dominican, good to see you. I hope you're doing okay down there, Richard. And yeah, so let me move a little bit further down. So I'm giving you guys a little preview of the Pigeon Forge video here before I actually edit it. Oh yeah, and then this is the Mountain Mile. This is Smokies Plus, Bob and Eli. It was great. As a Mountain Mile, there was us three YouTubers, a Smoky Mountain family, me and Bella, and then Smokies Plus here. So it was great, and we all had dinner at downtown Flavortown. That's one of what's his name? I can't think. Guy Fieri's restaurants. So, yeah. And as far as the soundtrack, I'm still trying to pick out the soundtrack for this Pigeon Forge video. Oh, you lived in Poconos. Yeah, I guess. Hey, Teresa. I assume you saw our video of the Poconos. Hi, Raphael. Good to see you. Oh yeah, so they also have this Pigeon Forge snow, which you can go throughout the year. I did this in the summer, and that's of course us Floridians love the snow because we don't get any down here. But then there's also, that's Pigeon Forge snow. Then there's also the Smoky Mountain Snow Park, which is different. Now the Smoky Mountain Snow Park is closed in the summers because that's the real snow that you do in the winter. But we're going to show both because thanks to Smoky Mountain family, I've got footage of the Smoky Mountain Snow Park. So we're going to show that on the Pigeon Forge video so you can see what it's like in winter. And then this is a new place called Skyland. No, that's not Skyland. This is Goats. I'm sorry. No, this is Goats on the Roof. Yeah, Goats on the Roof have a mountain coaster, but they also have Goats on the Roof. That's the name. So we're going to show that. And how I knew about that, because one of you all had mentioned that to me in my tips before I did the Smokies. So we're going to show a little bit of that. And more mountain coasters, more RV parks. And and then the Lumberjack show. Now the Lumberjack show, and Eric kind of clued me in on this. Since I've filmed this video, they are now starting to do a dinner show. So I think they'll do it with pulled pork and all that. At the time that I filmed this last month, they had kind of a modified dinner show where you could do a dinner, but it was really getting a hot dog, and you go to the stand and get your free hot dog. So I didn't think that was much of a dinner. But apparently now they do have a real dinner show that's going to be with pulled pork and other things like that. But that's a good thing to see, because I always like the Lumberjack show because it gives me a lot of good footage to use for the teaser video. And it's in that mountain theme that I knew I would want. So let me catch up on your comments here. Yeah. Oh, Don Cesar. Yeah. I've done many weddings at the Don Cesar in St. Pete Beach. Yeah, it's a beautiful hotel, but of course, it's not dog friendly because it's one of those 5-star resorts. A lot of famous people usually like to be there. But making video. The I-70 corridor from Idaho Springs to Glenwood Springs. Well, I did a lot of the I-70 through Colorado and Idaho. I do want to go back and do Idaho right. I mean, I did Idaho in 2019, but really rushed through it. Had to do it all in 3 days. And in those days, I was filming and then editing the video that night. So I think in that time period, I put up 30 videos in 38 days, just a brutal stretch. But the quality of those videos are not like the quality of the videos that I'm doing now. So, and this is one of the best places for pizza. This is West by God Pizza in Pigeon Forge, and they also have axe throwing there. Because I after watching the Paula Deen Lumberjack show, I was in the mood to throw axes. So we went to this West by God Pizza, mainly for the axe throwing, but really their pizza is just out of this world. So that's something we're going to feature on the video. So yeah, let me catch up on your comments here. So let me move a little bit forward into the video here. Yeah, now this is the Hatfields and McCoy's dinner show. Let me try to move the angle of this so the light is not so bad. Yeah, the reflection of the light is hit. There we go. Yeah, this is a great show. And for the dinner, I think this is the best dinner because it's an all-you-can-eat dinner. And it's pulled pork with chicken, with corn on the cob, mashed potatoes, really good gravy, your typical country type dinner. And it's all you can eat. And and the acting, the dancing is just incredible. Watch these girls. I mean, just unbelievable, the stuff that they do. So I'd highly recommend that show. In fact, I don't know, it may have been my favorite. It's hard to say what my favorite show is. I mean, it really depends what mood you're in. So that's why you really got to do all of them. So yeah. Uh, oh, Anna Maria Island. Yeah, Anna Maria Island. It's like Destin. It's like Myrtle Beach. It's like Gatlinburg, and that I get a lot of people complaining. Oh, it's too crowded now. Well, there's a reason why Anna Maria Island's crowded. There's a reason why Gatlinburg is crowded. Why Pigeon Forge is crowded. People love it there, and naturally, people want to go where it's fun. So yeah, Anna Maria Island is really doing well. And no, even with the crowds, people exaggerate that. Yeah, sure, there's places where you're gonna wait in line. Even in Gatlinburg, there's you got the short strip there, which it is crowded. But if you don't want to deal with the crowds, go to the arts and crafts district. That's where you see the real Gatlinburg, the older Gatlinburg. So there's plenty of things to do, even in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, where you don't have to deal with the crowds too. So if you don't like the crowds, there's stuff for you there. What type of microphone? Oh, good. I'm glad you asked, because that's something I was going to say. Now, this is not the one that I use for the video. I'll put a link to this in the description of this video. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is really just a $50 microphone that I just got this weekend for this live video. But this is what I use for the voiceovers on the videos. It's a HN4 Pro Zoom audio thing, and then I use a Shure 58 microphone, which those are long held. So many singers use these, so I love these. These give you the best sound. This is about $100 microphone, SM58, and then this H4n Zoom recorder is about $250. And I also like using these sometimes to get good sounds, nature sounds, because you unplug it and you can get sounds with its built-in mic too that gives you good nature sounds. I've learned, more and more how important getting the nature sounds and the audio is on the video, whereas I used to a lot of times just delete all the audio from the video. Now it takes me longer to edit now, but I want to include the video. Oh, let me talk about this. This is the Apple Barn here. The Apple Barn is really good. Again, another must see in Pigeon Forge. They have the Apple Barn restaurant, which I think it's the longest running restaurant. Oh, hey Dickerson, thank you so much for that super chat. I appreciate that. Is that about the fourth or fifth one? Man, you're so kind. I appreciate that, Dickerson. I'm happy your new job's working out great. Yeah, so this is the Apple Barn. We went and had apple ice cream. You get apple anything, apple bread, you name it. They have it there. It's a nice place to check out. Yeah, so you're hungry now. Yeah, yeah. I tell you, watching that Hatfields and McCoy's makes me hungry for that pulled pork and corn, and boy, that was really good food, wasn't it, Eric? Panama City. Yeah, I want to do Panama City. I was thinking about doing it this year. It just didn't have time with the Smoky Mountain series that ended up taking a whole month and a half, maybe even 2 months. So, but I do want to do a new video of Panama City over the winter. The arts and craft district is just the place to go. Just because it's called arts and crafts, there's more than just arts and crafts. I mean, there's good food, good desserts. In the Gatlinburg video, you saw the Glades soda fountain, which is a really cool vintage style soda fountain. And unlike Gatlinburg, where you got to pay to park everywhere, on the arts and crafts district, they all have their own parking lots, and it's free parking. You don't have to worry about it, and it's not crowded like the Gatlinburg Strip. The arts and crafts district is 3 miles north of the Gatlinburg Strip, and it's spread out over 8 miles. It's a whole loop that's formed by Glades Road, Buckhorn Road, and East Parkway, kind of like a Bermuda Triangle type deal. It forms 8 miles. So there's little shopping districts spread out on that district. So as a result, you don't have massive crowds everywhere, and you just got real natural type stuff. It's totally uncommercialized. So Yeah. Uh, hey, Eric. Yeah. Did you lose service or did I lose service? So Hatfield had the best food. I guess you lost service. Yeah. That's what I was saying, Eric. Yep. Yeah, I think Hatfields did have the best food. Now, not to say all of them are good. Dolly's Chicken is great food too. Uh, and and what was the other? Pirates had good food too. It's not that the others were bad. They were great, delicious, but Hatfields I think was top, even better. Um, yeah, and you hate to pay to park when it's everywhere. Yeah, and that's the thing about Gatlinburg. I mean, unless you can find that $2 lot or find a free parking, which is hard to find, you're probably gonna have to pay $10. That's why, it might be good. Pick out the days you want to be Gatlinburg and get a hotel in Gatlinburg, rather be 2 or 3 days or whatever, and then for the days you want to go to Pigeon Forge or whatever, then you can get your cabin somewhere or your hotel in the other areas. Because if you have a hotel and walking, nice thing about the strip, you can pretty much walk everything. And you also have the Gatlinburg trolley, so you can even get out to the Arts and Craft District. And that Gatlinburg trolley is free, so that's a great way to get around. So if you get a hotel there, you don't even have to drive anywhere. You can just walk to everywhere in Gatlinburg, and the places you can't walk to, you can easily take the trolley. So that's what I would recommend for Gatlinburg. Yeah. So yeah. So this is NASCAR Park. Now this is the one of the go-kart tracks that I actually rode on. Most of them I just did drone shots of, so you can see. But on the NASCAR Park, I did. We actually rode. Me and Eric was Smoky Mountain family and his kids, JC and Keegan, helped to hold Bella while I was on the ride, so that was great. And this is downtown Sevierville, which downtown Sevierville is kind of growing in popularity too. A lot of people don't know about this area. They have what's kind of considered the best restaurant anywhere. This rooftop restaurant there. It's called Sky Lounge 101, I think is the name of it. Now, the drawback is it's only open on Fridays and Saturdays, 2 days a week. Well, at least that was in May. Maybe in summer, maybe they're open additional days. But according to Eric and Billy, who runs the Three Bears gift shop, was saying that that's the best restaurant in the region. Let me catch up on your. Yeah, Dickerson. Yeah, you definitely need to do that. Yeah, if you go to Gatlinburg, I mean, you got to check out Arts and Crafts Loop. Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Yeah, someone just mentioned that earlier in this live video about Eureka Springs. I think is that the place like in 2020 when everybody was in the COVID lockdown and Eureka Springs had all these massive people in this pool. I think that was Eureka Springs. So maybe somebody could help me out with that. But I saw that. I said, man, I gotta go film that. But yeah, I do need to do Arkansas. And probably when we go back to Branson, that's probably around the time that I'm going to do Arkansas. Because northern Arkansas is beautiful. And I got these magician friends who you've seen in some of my videos. His wife is a caricature artist. We showed him on the Mackinac City video, on the St. Pete Pier video. But anyways, they perform in Branson about 3 months out of the year. So that's one reason why I want to go back to Branson. But they were telling me about Arkansas too. And they were telling me, yeah, you got to go to northern Arkansas. They were just raving about it. So I think I know it. Yeah. Mad Cow, you remember what I was talking about? Yeah, I think that was Eureka Springs. Harley Bikers Weekend at Eureka Springs. Yeah. And talking about Harley Bikers, I want to do, what's that place in South Dakota? Sparks. Sturgeon. Yeah. I want to do that one year. I'm not sure if I want to do it at the time when those bikers are up there. I love the bikers, but it just might be really overly crowded. But maybe I should do it while the bikers are up there because That'd be some really good footage. Yeah. So okay. Yeah. I guess the video is kind of getting to the sunset part, which coming near the end of the video. So I guess I'll go ahead and close out this live podcast. I guess we've been on here for 50 minutes. Boy, time flies when you're having fun. This is the day's end that I stayed at. I'm not even sure if I'm even going to show that on the video because, like I said, it was kind of a dumpy place, and I don't want to direct you all to a place that's dumpy. But this is when me and the Smoky Mountain family were driving back from up north from the deer farm, and there's just so much beautiful country up there. And my other light just went out, so I guess that means it's time. I'm gonna have to wrap it up pretty soon. So thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Dickerson. Your super chats and all your other super chats. It really means a lot to me. You know, the views and everything that has been up lately, but you know, there's times where it's a little bit of a struggle. You know, these trips can cost a lot of money, and you know, a lot of things to pay for, the gas, and fortunately, diesel gas has not been as bad right now than it was last year. But anyway, so all the super chats and also membership. I didn't talk about memberships, but we have memberships now that you can sign up for. All that helps to pay for all the expenses. So I appreciate that. And also, I always appreciate your comments. You know, I go on every day, look at your comments, and try to answer them. And you're always very kind. Most of you, some of you are not so kind, but even the ones that are not so kind, I learn from you too. So I learn things to improve, and that's always very helpful too. So thank you all, and we'll see you next Sunday night for the premiere of Pigeon Forge. It's going to be a really good video. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Dickerson Designs, for the super chat. And there was a couple other super chats that I saw there. Again, I appreciate it. And I hope you all have a good evening. Bye.